Can everybody hear me? And a couple of people have already said I'm speaking too fast. So please, if you're struggling to understand me, just stand up on your chair and wave your hand around, and I'll slow down. So we started a little later today, so the first coffee break you've already had. We gave that to you early, so you've had your coffee break, so we go straight through till lunchtime now. Is that okay with everyone? Okay. Fantastic. And we've also had some questions asking whether we get the slides. So you will all get the slides to take away with you. They'll be given to you tomorrow, so you can relax, sit back, and enjoy. So, as I touched on earlier, it's about learning and growing and staying ahead of your competition so that you can succeed out there online. Just put your hands up. Put your hands up if you, like me, came here to learn new things this weekend. Put your hand up if you came here to discover new ideas and take away new strategies to implement into your business. Fantastic. I see we've got a lot of learners in the room here with me today. I'd love to share this quote with you. It's a quote by Eric Hoffer, and Eric said, "In times of change, it's the learners who inherit the earth. For the learned usually find themselves perfectly equipped to live in a world that no longer exists." Isn't that powerful? Just let me repeat that for you. Eric Hoffer said, "In times of change, it's the learners who inherit the earth. For the learned probably find themselves perfectly equipped for a world that no longer exists." And doesn't that just sum up our world of internet marketing perfectly? Yeah? The internet marketing we did 10 years ago, it's not the same marketing we're doing today. In 6 months' time, it will have changed, and in a year, it will be different again. So it's about learning and staying ahead of the curve. And one thing I can promise you this weekend is you will take away a ton of new stuff that you'll be able to implement into your business for the coming months and the coming years to ensure that you stay ahead out there. In fact, I'm so certain that you're going to have a great time over the next 2 days. I want you to turn to the person next to you, on the table next to you, and I want you to smile at them. Nod your head, and I want you to say, "You're in the right place." You're going to learn some great stuff over the next 2 days. Go on, I want you to turn to the person next to you. I want you to smile at them, I want you to nod your head emphatically, and I want you to say, "You are in the right place. You are going to learn a ton of great stuff over the next 2 days." Okay, we're ready. We're ready to get going. Here's everything that we have for you. Okay, what are we going to learn over the next 2 days? You're going to understand the single biggest reasons why over 90% of small businesses struggle out there online. Would you agree with me? There's a lot of struggle. Everyone's telling you what to do, and then you go away and do it, and it doesn't always work for you. You're going to understand why. And you're going to understand how to avoid being one of those people and how to do it the right way. And it all starts with building your online marketing foundations. We're going to be teaching you how to build rock-solid foundations so you can build a business for the future. A business that won't crumble, that can't fall down. We're going to be sharing with you the top 10 internet marketing mistakes. Because when we know the mistakes that people make, we know how to avoid them, don't we? When you know what not to do, it's really easy to avoid all those pitfalls. We're going to be showing you exactly the mistakes to avoid, and we'll be coming back to that a little bit later. We're going to be sharing with you the principles of good web design. Your website is the foundation. It's the cornerstone of your entire online marketing, yeah? Having a website is not much good unless it converts traffic into customers. Yeah, we've got a great session coming up on SEO with Mohammed Darwish, and he's going to be really sharing with you how to convert traffic into customers. The 5 key components of a good website. What is it that makes your website stand out? What's the magic ingredient? Have you ever been to a website and you look at it and you're like, well, it's like the information's there, but you click away, you're never going to do anything because it doesn't speak to you. Have you ever been on one of those websites? You just gone, oh, next one. And have you ever gone to a website and you're just like, yes, now I'm here. We're going to show you how to create one of those websites that your visitors actually want to stay on. And again, we're going to share with you the top 10 mistakes to avoid. Social media. Put your hand up if you came here to really learn how to implement social media and make it work for you in your business. Social media can waste a huge amount of time if you're not careful. We're going to show you how to find the right social media platform for your business. Social media is a very general term, and it's not just about being everywhere. It's about finding the right platform for you, and then it's about understanding how to attract more customers. It's no good just being on Facebook. It's about getting customers from Facebook to your business and handing you some money and going on a holiday or buying a house or whatever your business is today. So again, the mistakes to avoid, because it can be a really long and frustrating journey otherwise. Video. Who in the room is using video currently in their business? Fantastic. Who would like to be using video but just isn't quite sure exactly where to start or what to do? And who thinks video is a complete waste of time and they're really not interested in that session? We went on a fantastic tour yesterday and really recommend some great tourist places for you to go visit in Cairo if you're not interested in video. So it's how you use YouTube to attract more customers. Again, it's about getting customers, isn't it? It's not just about being out there online. It's about getting customers as a result of that. Video is a fantastic way to boost your SEO rankings. It's a fantastic tool to boost your organic search engine rankings. So we're going to show you how to do that. And how to get people to take action once they've watched a video. Have you ever watched a really great video on YouTube and you've laughed your head off maybe, and at the end of it you've gone, wow, that's a great video, and then you've gone home, or you've gone and got dinner, or you've gone and picked your children up from school? It's not about having a video, it's about your customers taking action once they've watched that video. Okay, you had your break already. So bad luck, you're not getting another one. We're ready. We're really ready to start learning about the cornerstones of success online. And as I said before, it's all about building strong online marketing foundations. Just before we dive right in, does anyone know? Put your hand up, and please, I'd love you to be really interactive. I'd love if you kind of shout at me, smile at me. It's a bit lonely, a long way from England. So please put your hand up. Anyone know the difference between a transactional customer and a relational customer? They're odd terms. I'm not sure if you understand the English for transactional customer and relational customer. Who would like to hazard a guess? Go on, someone be brave. Who would like to guess? Thank you. Please stand up. Tell us your name and tell us your thoughts.
My name is Paul. I think the transaction of a customer is how to convert the lead into customer, and the relation with the customer is how to keep the customer with your own business all the time.
So a transactional customer is getting the customer, and relational is keeping the customer. Okay, fantastic. Has anyone else got another thought or another opinion to add? Please, tell us your name and tell us your thoughts.
My name is Mohammed Mustafa. My thought is the transaction of customer, maybe it's one transaction, okay? But the relation of customer, keep him loyal to the company, and long-term relation, long-term leads. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for kicking us off. Absolutely. I'd like to add just a little something to that. So, your transactional customer is the customer that he thinks he's already the expert. He or she thinks they're already the expert. They've done the research and they come to you, they know what they want, and they know the price they want to pay for it, and they're going to beat you down on price. Have you ever had one of those customers that comes to you and goes, oh, that's a really great holiday that you're advertising there, or hey, that's a really great apartment, I'd love to rent it off you, but come on, what's your best deal today? Give us a 10% discount, give us a 50% discount. Have you ever had one of those customers that only wants to buy if you're going to put the price down. Are they a pain or are they a pain? The relational customer, on the other hand, they view you as the expert. The relational customer sees you as the expert. Why? Because they see the value that you're going to offer them. They understand the value you're going to bring, and they're prepared to pay for that value. So there's no negotiation on price. They want the value, they see the value, they'll pay you for that value. And this is really important because how you build your online marketing foundations will affect the type of customers that you attract into your business. Okay? If you want transactional customers that are only ever going to beat you down on price, that's the way I recommend you don't build your business. But if you want to build a business that's really built on value, then that's the relational customer that you're going to attract.
I just have a question. Do you have the percentage of both customers, like the transactions and the relational customers?
That's a great question. Do I have the percentage? How do we know which percentage of customers to go out there and find? And do you know what the answer is? Or even if you don't, you will attract those people with the wrong internet marketing presence. So it's not about only one or the other. There are some people like me who go, no way, I'm never buying that, no way. But most people will buy based on value if you can show them enough value up front. If they can't see the value, if people cannot see the difference between your business and your business and your business, if I go on the internet, let's say I want to go to Sharm el-Sheikh for 7 days and I want to go snorkeling in the Red Sea. That's what I want. I go online and I might see 50 hotels that all say, come to the Red Sea, come snorkeling, 7 days, full board, exclusive, we're wonderful, buy, buy, buy. How do I choose? Which customer? Which hotel do I go to? I don't know. I'm going to go to the cheapest one, or the one that gives me a free night, or lets my dog come for free. But if I go on the internet, and I see the hotel that says 7 nights exclusive in the Red Sea, and you are going to have an experience like you've never experienced before. You're going to come away with memories that will live with you forever. You are going to come away with an experience. You're not going to go home having had a holiday. You're going to go home with an entirely fresh outlook on your life. Yeah? Now that's different. Now I'm probably going to click on that website and see what they have to offer me. That's the difference, how your business is perceived. Okay? And we're going to really talk about a little bit more about that. Does that answer the question for you? Amazing. So there are two really easy ways to attract relational customers. And the first one is obvious. You've got to be good at what you do. There's no point having a shabby little hotel in some back street and then putting up an internet that says we're amazing. You've got to be good. Given that you're good, and you're all sat here in the room today, right? So you have a desire. I know already that you have a desire to go out there and be the best. Otherwise you wouldn't have given up 2 days to come here and learn with us. So you already know that you're good. That's a given. And the second is, you need that slick, expert presence online so that people are attracted to the value that you have to offer them and they don't have to just haggle you on price. Okay, really, I'm going to do a very quick exercise with you. Are you up? It's not a game, but it's a little bit different. Okay. You've got to buy into this one with me. Do you promise to buy into this one with me? I'm not getting the vibes. Do you promise to buy into this one with me? Yes. Thank you. Some people do. I'll play the game with you. Okay. I want you to imagine I have a tray in my hands. I would put the microphone down and pick up the tray, but it's a little hard to hold both. I want you to imagine I've got a tray. Okay? If I turn it upside down, it's got pearl inlay. It's a black lacquer tray. It's got a dragon's head on it, and it's got pearl inlay. Can you see that tray down at the back? Okay, it's got two handles. It's a tray for holding tea and coffee. I want you to imagine you're walking down the street to work and you pass a mid-price department store. I don't know the names of your stores out here. In the UK. Has anyone been to the UK? Does anyone know? We have stores like Marks and Spencer's. We have stores like Debenhams and House of Fraser. It's a mid-price department store, so it's not too expensive and it's not too cheap. It's where you go to buy average price goods. You're walking past this shop, the shop that sells average price goods, and you see this tray in the window. It's a black lacquer tray, it's got pearl inlay, it's inlaid with a dragon's head, and it's got a bit of gold embossing around the outside. 2 handles for holding tea and coffee. I want you to cover your page. Don't show your neighbour. I want you to write down the price of that tray. What's the price of that tray? Okay, 200 Egyptian pounds?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Who's written down a different number? Put your hand up. Who's written higher or lower than 200? Yes, please.
Just 10.
10 Egyptian pounds. Yes, please. 100 Egyptian pounds. Any other offers? 50 Egyptian pounds. 150 Egyptian pounds. One more. Who's written a different price down?
Yes. 75.
75 Egyptian pounds. Wow. That's quite a range. Same price, same tray, in the same shop. One gentleman would pay 10 Egyptian pounds for it. One gentleman would pay 250 Egyptian pounds. Isn't that strange? You find that a little bit unusual? I'll come back to that a little bit later. Okay, this is the same tray. Black lacquer tray. Pearl inlay, it's got embossed with a dragon's head. 2 handles for holding tea and coffee. It's the same tray, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm walking down one of the dirty little back streets, and there's a man, and he's sat in a little market stall. He's sat on the floor and he's chewing tobacco, and I spot that tray for sale in his market stall. Would you write down the price for me, please? What's the price of this tray in this back stall? 5, 30, 20, 10, 15. Got some good negotiators in the room. From 5 to 30 to 15, and in a mid-price department store it's 250. Wow. Okay, this is the final time, ladies and gentlemen, third and final time. You're walking past. Has anyone heard of Harrods? Mohammed Fayed. Harrods. It's one of the most expensive department stores in the world, situated in one of the most expensive shopping streets in the world, in London. You're walking past Harrods, or the equivalent, whatever. Have you ever been past a really expensive shop and gone, wow, look at those goods? In Harrods, you can buy a Persian rug for £100,000. That would be the price of a rug in Harrods. So you're walking past Harrods, and there's the tray. Same tray. Black lacquer, dragon's head embossed, pearl inlay. Would you write the price of that tray in Harrods?
Not for sale.
It's not for sale. Let's have someone from the back. Go on, who's got a loud voice? Price of the tray?
5,000.
5,000 Egyptian pounds. 500 Egyptian pounds? 300 Egyptian pounds. 400 Egyptian pounds. Any advances? Who's got higher than 3,000? Is that the highest?
5,000.
5,000.
10,000.
10,000. You have deep pockets. I'm going to go shopping with you. So, we have the same tray. It's for sale in a mid-range department store. It's around 50 to 150 pounds, people say. The same tray for sale in a marketplace. You could pick it up for £5. And yet if you went to Harrods, the same tray. No difference. It's not second hand, it's not chipped. It's no better. In Harrods, you could pay £5,000 for that tray. Okay. Would you write down for me the 3 reasons you think why the price has changed? Please. This is top secret. I don't want you to shout it out, please. I want you to write down 3 reasons why you think the price of this tray, which is the same tray, has changed. Okay. If you'd like to shout down the microphone, please put your hand up. Okay. Would you like to share with us why you think the price has changed?
The way of display. The way how we display the tray might be different from place to another, so that's a good thing. And the place itself.
And the place itself. Fantastic. So how the goods are displayed and the place itself. So we have, thank you very much. Please say your name to everyone as well so we can get to know each other.
My name is Ayat. I think it is branding and service and the place.
Ayat. Ayat says it's branding. It's to do with the branding and the service and the place. Would anyone else? One more person. Would anyone else like to give us an answer? You've got to be quick. Sorry, you were too slow. I'll ask you next time.
Okay, my name is Muhammad. I think I like to buy from her. I prefer to take anything from the street, you know. So I prefer to get it from her. I didn't like to take it from the.
Amazing. So it's personal preference in your shopping. We'd prefer to buy from Harrods, yeah, than we would from the street. Amazing. Okay, we could go on all day. I'll pick one more. Go on. Go on.
I think the value added service is the main key here. Okay? The place, the service, everything is value added.
So it's the service that accompanies the tray. It's not just the tray itself, it's the service you get when you go into the store and you have the shop assistant who treats you, makes you feel special. It's the value add. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the key reason, and Ahmed, I'm so sorry, Ayat, I have to learn my Egyptian. Ayat has really hit on it here. It's your brand, okay? The price you're able to charge. And would you agree, if you went to Harrods, you can charge a higher price than if you were in a market store. The price you're able to charge is completely dependent on your brand, okay? Harrods went out there from the very beginning. They said, we are the best of the best of the best. When you come to our store, you can expect sensational service. You can expect fantastic displays. You can expect a shopping experience. You're not going to walk into our store and walk out with a tray. You're going to have a whole shopping experience. That's what Harrods said, right at the beginning. And really key, they lived up to that promise. Yeah? You can't say you have a fantastic experience and then you walk into Harrods and the shop assistant walks up to you and goes, huh? What are you doing in here? It won't work. So they delivered us a promise and then they fulfilled that promise, and that is your brand. So your key takeaway here is you need to build a strong brand online. Your brand is the key to the way our customers perceive us. It's key to how much we can charge. Who would rather be selling a tray at £5,000 than they would at £5? Like, that's all of us, yeah? It's the key to how much you can charge, and it makes us believable. If you went to that marketplace and the little guy sat on the floor chewing tobacco, said, that tray is £5,000. Would you laugh at him? Would you walk away? Hands up, if you've ever gone to a market store and negotiated on the price. The stallholder's gone, it's 200 Egyptian pounds, and you've gone, no way! Come on, £10. Have you ever negotiated at a market store? Egyptians are the most amazing negotiators. Put your hands up if you've ever been to a really top-class store, like the equivalent of a Harrods, maybe not Harrods, but equivalent. Did you negotiate on the price?
No. Sure. You can't.
The Egyptians are the king of negotiators. They haggle for everything, and even in Harrods, you didn't negotiate the price. Can you see how really important your brand is? Okay, with a better approach, you attract the relational customer. When you go to the marketplace, you're a transactional customer. You're like, hey, come on, $2, £1, 50 cents, 20 cents, 2 for 1, 10 for 1. You become a transactional customer when you go to the market. Same person, but when you go to two different ways of doing business. Okay, so key to everything is your online marketing foundations, and it starts with your brand. By the way, does that make sense? You're with me?
But what about the quality of the product?
This tray that I held up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was the same tray. It was the same tray every time. There was no difference, and I kept saying, yeah, the tray was the same. The tray is the same. And you still offered me a different price. Of course, quality is important. Quality is about promise. You cannot. A brand is not a fairy story, by the way. We'll talk how to build a brand. A brand is not about going out there and saying, I'm amazing, come and pay me loads of money. That's not a brand.
It reflects the quality, yeah.
First, you must be good at what you do. First, you must have the quality. And second, and most important, you must live up to that promise. If ever one customer goes on your holiday and comes back and says, that was rubbish. That was really cheap, dirty, nasty, it wasn't worth the price. That one customer destroys your entire brand. Okay? So, having established what our brand is, we then need to build our unique value proposition around that. That's the promise. That's what we tell our customers. That's why they buy. And by the way, sometimes I don't want to spend £5,000 on a tray, so I go to the market stall, because I want it for £5. The market stall man's unique value proposition to me is, you can come here and you can buy your tray really, really cheaply. That's his promise. And I go there and I get my promise, I get my tray. Okay? Harrods has a completely different unique value proposition to me. It has a different promise. And it has to live up to that promise. So there's no one right or wrong way. You don't have to be Harrods. It's very okay to build a business, a market store business, but you have to find a way to be different in order that people won't go, well, I won't buy from you, I'll go to the person next door and buy from him instead. So we need to find who is our ideal client. Because your brand, there's no point having a brand that nobody wants. Yeah? If your client doesn't want your brand, what's your brand worth to you? Nothing. It's what your client wants. That's important. And that will be reflected in how you build your brand. And then lastly, having understood what your brand is, what your unique value is, it's about crafting your message. That's what you tell the world you do. And how you tell the world is really important. Okay. Do we have any questions so far? Are we good? Are we okay? Heard of Chanel perfume? Chanel perfume. Coco Chanel, founder of Chanel perfume, said in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. If you are the same as your competitor, when I go to your website, when I walk into your store, I have no option but to buy based on price because you're the same. I can't tell the difference. What's the difference between you and you and you? If I can't see a difference, I buy based on price. All right, so what is your brand not? Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your website. Your brand is not your business card. Okay? That's branding. If you would like to know the difference, it's branding. That's the little labels you put on top afterwards so people can recognize you in the street. Yeah? Nobody buys my business because I have a nice label. Nobody buys my business because my label's blue. Okay? My label just identifies me as a person. People buy me because of the value I promise them and the value I deliver them. Okay? So it's not about your business card, it's not about your logo, it's not about your website. It's not about what you do. Your brand is not what you do. So, for example, who in the room is involved in tourism? Just so you get an idea of where the majority of people are. Majority of people coming from tourism?
Yes.
Okay, is anyone not coming from tourism? Who's got a different business in the room? Not tourism. Yeah, would you just shout out for me so I can get an idea of where you're coming from?
Oil and gas.
From Holland?
No, oil and gas.
Oil and
Oil and gas, fantastic. And anyone else got a different business again?
IT.
IT, okay.
Medical.
Medical, okay. So I want to give examples that make sense to you. So most of my examples will be related to tourism, and I'll try and make some related to you too. So it's not what you do. You can't say, I am a tour operator in Egypt. That's not a brand. You can't say, I'm a tour operator in Cairo. That's not a brand. You can't say, I'm a tour operator in Cairo in this street, in this office. That's not a brand. Your brand's not what you do. Your brand is who you are. Your brand is everything you stand for. It's who you are in the marketplace. It's what you believe in, you know? And it has to come from inside. So if you don't believe that holidays should be expensive, if you believe that holidays should be accessible to as many people as possible, then please don't go out there and say that your brand is offering really expensive holidays, because you won't believe it. You'll be like, no, I started my business because I want to offer holidays to families who maybe wouldn't be able to go away without my help. So if that's what you believe in your core, then you build your business around that and you'll be successful because it's who you are, it's your essence. When I started my business, okay, let me give you a real life example. When I started my business for one single reason. I made so many mistakes. When I started at the beginning and I said I've made more mistakes than anyone in the room, I wasn't saying that just to be nice. My first 2 years online, the only word I can use to describe was hideous. They were the most painful, frustrating, and expensive, personally to me, 2 years of my entire life. Because I couldn't find how to make it work. Kept doing it wrong, kept doing it wrong. I asked everyone, nobody could tell me what to do to make it work. Everyone had an idea, and I tried all of their ideas, and they never worked. And I was left really broken. And when I worked out the key to make my business work, which, by the way, is this, building your foundations before you build your website, before you build your social media. Understand what you do and who you are in the marketplace. Once I got that, once my business started to work, once my business went boom, the teacher in me came out. I'm a teacher by nature. And the one reason I started my business was because I wanted to help people to not have to make the same mistakes that I'd made. I don't want you to go through 2 years of pain. I wanted to be able to help people. Now here's the rub. I could have gone to really big corporations. I could have gone to big businesses who had a lot of money, and I could have gone, hey, I have the secrets to internet marketing. I can really make your business boom in the marketplace. And they would have paid me a lot of money. Yeah? If I went to Harrods and I said, I'll do your online marketing, I'm charging them a lot of money. But I didn't do that because it's not in my heart. My heart is to help the single person, the small business who's out there like I was struggling. That is in my heart. And when I speak to somebody like you who's learning for the first time, I give from my heart. Now, you probably won't pay me so much as Harrods would pay me. And I don't care. Because I can reach more people. And I can be who I really am, and then people buy me, and they recommend me, and I build my business. So it's about being who you are, who you truly are. Build your business around who you are. And that's your brand. It inspires people to choose you over everyone else. When you come to me, and you're asking why you should do business with me, I'll tell you. It's because I've been in your shoes. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I will show you the exact strategy that will work for you in your business. That's a little different to saying, I do online marketing just like him, and just like her, and just like him. So your brand is who you are. And it needs to answer the question, what's unique and different about me? What's unique in a way that I can own? Now that will be different for everyone. Maybe you started your tourism business because you love the Red Sea. Maybe you love the fantastic underwater diving experiences of Sharm el-Sheikh and you wanted to share that with the world. That's why you can be different now. You can say, I will show you things that no one else has ever even known exist because I love this place from the bottom of my heart. Yeah? It's a way you can own. Key is your customers must want it too. It's got to be unique and different in a way that you can own and in a way that your customers want. Because if they don't want it, they're not going to pay you for it. Even if they need it. Medical services, a lot of people need better diet. They need better medicine. But not everyone wants it. It's a big difference. You can't sell people what they need, you have to sell them what they want. Or package it in a way that they do want it. So it's unique and different about me in a way that I can own and that my customers want, and we're all here to learn about online marketing, yeah? It has to be that they're actively searching for. If your customer's not searching for your speciality online, there's no good marketing to them there. Now the good news is, pretty much everyone in the whole world is searching for holidays online, okay? So, once you know they're searching for it, then it's SEO, and Mohammed will show you exactly how to find the terms that people are searching for so they can buy from you. Does that make sense? Can you see? Can you see why it's not about slapping a logo onto your website? You have to do the deep work first, before your business ever goes live. If it's live now, go home tonight and go, why? Why, when people come to my website, why would they buy from me? And if you can't answer that question, how are your customers going to be able to answer that question? I'm coming to you, sir, at the back. Okay, the question wasn't, I have a question, the question is, how do I do it? And the answer is no one can do it for you. Like, I cannot go into a business and build their brand for them, because only you know what your business is about. Only you know what really touches your heart, what wakes you up in the morning, what makes you want to go out and make a difference in the world. Because if you start a business just for money, bad luck. Not a lot of people just want to give you money. People love to buy. People love to buy things that they want, that is valuable to them. So your brand has to convey from your heart what you do. So you ask yourself, what is it that I do that's different, that matters, that I believe in, that my customers want? And it needs to actually solve a problem for your customer. So what's the real life problem that your customers have out there? When your customer goes online searching, they have a question in their head and they're looking for an answer. Now that question might be, I want a holiday, I'm tired, I'm stressed. I've been working 24/7 for the last 10 months and I need a holiday. Yeah? They go online, they're searching for a holiday. They're not actually searching for a holiday. They're searching for a rest. They're searching to be able to de-stress. They're searching for something that's going to recharge their batteries and give them the energy to go back to work. That's what they're really searching for. They know a holiday will do that, okay? A holiday will give me that. But what they're really searching for is a chance to unwind, a chance to get away from everyday life, a chance to have maybe a bit of pampering, maybe a bit of adventure. People search for different things, but they have a reason. If I'm searching for a holiday, I want an experience. For me, I'm very active. I want to do exciting things on my holiday. I don't want to sit by the pool all day. Other people, they want to sit by the pool. So my problem is, I need to get away from work, recharge my batteries. I want an active holiday where I'm going to have fun and learn new things and come back ready to hit the world. That's my problem. Your website needs to solve that problem. And I'll be talking about that a little bit later, okay? It's not the copy you put on your website, how you portray your business to your customer needs to answer their problem. If they're looking for active adventure, maybe, I don't know, dry skiing in the desert, or riding horses or camels in the desert, if they're looking for that, then you need to give them the experience. Not just tell them, we're going to the desert. Give them an experience. If you offer a holiday by the pool, don't tell them, you can come and sit in my hotel by the pool. I have a lovely pool, it overlooks the Red Sea, or wherever it is. They don't want that. They want to know when they sit back in the pool and they close their eyes, the world drifts away. All of their worries drift away. They can have a relaxing, tranquil holiday. Yeah? That's what your website needs to say. Would you agree? People actually don't buy products or services. People buy people. Yeah? When we meet someone, it's instinctive. We can't actually help it. We either like them or we don't. Or we like, oh, I don't know you yet, or make a decision later. But it's about people. When I look you in the eyes, when I get to know you, when you tell me your name, when I know where you come from, now I come alive, now I know you. People buy people. Because that's our instinct. The first thing a baby does when it opens its eyes is it looks at its mother, and if you ever have children, if you ever have a newborn baby and you smile at that baby, have you noticed how the baby smiles back, normally? It's instinctive, because the baby's buying you. People buy people, they don't buy products or services, so it's no good trying to sell them. If you would like relational customers, there's no point trying to sell them 7 nights by the Red Sea, 5-star, all-inclusive, £599. I'm not buying the product or the service, I'm buying the person. So tell me why I should buy your holiday. People are not buying what you do, they're buying who you are, yeah? That's our brand. Now, when I learned this a couple of months back, it was really as recent as that, I thought, yeah, this really makes sense. All things being equal, people prefer to buy from people they know, like, and trust. You may have heard that. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Yeah? Have you heard that? If not, you're hearing it now. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. When I know, this is why social media is so key for your business. Because you're out there online and people can get to know you. People can see who you are and interact with you. Not with your company logo, they can see you. That's why social media is so powerful. But now this is really interesting. This was some research done by a guy called Dr. Robert Cialdini. And he found, he did a huge amount of research in the US. He found that all things not being equal, people still prefer to buy from people they know, like, and trust. All things not being equal, people still prefer to buy from people they know, like, and trust. What that means is once you've built a relation with your customers, once they like you, once they trust you, even if your holiday is a bit more expensive than the shop next door, they will still buy from you. Because we like to buy from people that we know. I don't know that holiday because it might be rubbish, but I know yours is good. All things not being equal, even if even if the quality is not quite as good, I will still buy from you because I know you. I know what I get when I come into your shop or your restaurant or I come to your medical practice. I know what I'm getting. Yeah? Whereas I may not know what I'm getting from this person. So even though they may be better, I still buy from the person I know. This is all about your brand. Now, it would be impossible, it really would be impossible for me to teach you how to find your brand in half an hour. But I'm really happy. I promise you I've got some worksheets I can send you. If you'd like me to send you some worksheets that you can work on at home after the conference to take you through some questions so you can get really clear on your brand and your unique value, absolutely, I'll send those to you. So just, maybe I'll send them out generally anyway through Dr. Hoshin. He can pass them on for you. Here's what I'll leave you with. You cannot convey your brand in 3 words or less. You do not have a brand. Why? Because if you can't say it, if you don't know, how do your customers know? And if it takes you half an hour, nobody's in the internet for half an hour on your website trying to work out, well, why should I buy from you? If they can't see, they're not going to buy. So that's your homework. When you know 3 words or less, you have a brand. Has anyone got anything they would like to add to that? Has anyone got a brand that they'd like to share with them? Who's like, you know why I have my business and I know why I have it and I really like to share with the room? That's a big ask. You would? You'd like to? Thank you so much, Adam. I'm so glad that you're sat in the front row.
Hello everybody, my name is Adam from Luxor. I have my own tour company because I believe that I'm the best one who can do the tours. I always believe that if I can do a good tour, so I maybe be a reward from people. So I also believe that there are very tiny things and secrets that always hidden. It's only me who knows this. So that's why I'm continuing my business. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you, Adam. This is key. This is how you go down through the levels. So Adam started off saying, I have my business because I believe I'm the best. Okay? Now that's a value, but it's not a unique value. Hands up in the room if you also believe that you have the best business out there. Well, you could have. Given the right marketing, you are good at what you do. Yeah, I believe I'm good at what I'm doing. Yeah? Everybody believes that they're good. If you don't believe you're good, you know, why are you in business? We believe. That's a value, but it's not your unique value. But Adam went a bit deeper and he said, I believe I'm the best because, okay? Because I know the secrets and the places that other tour guides don't know. So when I say to Adam, why should you be my tour guide? Because he says, you'll see things that no one else has seen before because I know this country and I love it from my heart. So the question you ask is why. When you go, what's my brand? You just keep asking why until there's no more why to ask. What's my brand? Well, I'm the best tour operator. Why? Because I know all the secret places. Why? Why do you know them? Because. Okay? So why? And we're there. Now we have our brand.
My name is Dissember. I present of this tour company. Our brand is high technology tourism. For example, high technology tourism.
Okay. Thank you. So we have a business which is high technology tourism, and that's your brand. Okay. So what I want. Sorry, what's your name? Hani. Okay. So if I were coaching Hani, if I were saying, Hani, what's your brand now? I want you to go a bit deeper for me. Your business is high technology tourism. That's a great niche. Not everyone's doing that. That's a narrow market, which is good. So there's less competition. But why are you doing that, honey? Why are you doing high technology tourism?
Use the available technology on service for our clients.
Okay, so you understand about the technology. So I'm going to keep asking, yeah? If you're at that stage where you're just telling me what you do, which is amazing, I now want you to go deeper. I want you to go, why am I doing this? Why? Yeah? There's a reason why you're doing it. If there's no reason, if the only reason is, oh, because I couldn't think of anything else to do, or because I thought there'd be lots of money, stop. Because you'll never find unique value. You'll only ever compete on price with people out there. You'll find it difficult to attract relational customers until you know your value. So it's just a question asking why. Why? And I promise you, if you would like the worksheets, I'm really happy to send them to you. Is that starting to answer some of those questions in your head? Are you starting to go, I'm getting a picture? Why can Harrods charge £5,000 when the man in the market store can only charge 5? Okay, yes, Harrods has privilege to a lot more marketing, but it's also more expensive. The man in the market store has no expenses other than buying and selling his goods. Harrods spend millions on advertising. But they have a different why. They have a different value proposition. And so they attract people who believe in that. And if you don't believe, if you don't want to pay £5,000, you don't go there, which is good. Because there's room in the marketplace for everybody, yeah? I want, when I go on holiday, I just want to have a nice time. I don't need all the frills. Me, personally, I like just to have a good time, an exciting time, with friends that I enjoy. Some people go on holiday to have luxury and pampering. And some people just want a swimming pool so they can get rid of the kids and have 2 weeks without the kids. So everyone has a different why, all of your customers. So choose the one that matters to you and go after those customers, because they'll get you too. When you speak to them, they'll go, aha, I understand you, I understand you. Okay, we now have the magic technology, so I don't have to stand there anymore. Okay. Oh, it would help if I pressed the button in the right order. Right, so we've worked out which button takes us back. So now we'll just go forwards. By the way, you can tell that I'm not big on technology, can't you? This is why I don't build websites, by the way. Nobody would buy a website that I built. Right, okay. So we're kind of covering this as we go along, and now we can speed up. So it's about crafting, it's about knowing your unique value. So it's being able to state that value to your customers in 1 or 2 sentences. Yeah? Because especially online people are on your website and they're off your website. If they're not going to read to page 2 of your website, not when they first get there. People aren't going to hang around for more than about 3 seconds, okay? So you need to be able to tell them in 1 or 2 sentences, something that says to them, aha, this website's for me, I'm here in the right place, this is the business for me. And we've covered this. So it's about being different in a way you can own. Not just saying I'm the best, but you've got to own it. I'm still going in the wrong direction, okay. Sort of find your customers. Now you know what you do for them. But you haven't got any customers yet. But this is the most important thing. If you go out there searching for customers before you really know, before you know what you do and why, then your customers will they'll disappear. I had a website, my first website online, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, look at my website. I sent all my friends to my website. I love the color, it was perfect. I'm like, I love my website so much that I would like just look at it. Just because I enjoy looking at my website. How many people bought from my website? Like 1? 2? You're generous. Thank you. Nobody. Not one single person ever bought my vote from my website. Even when I changed it. I'm like, if they don't like the colour, I changed the colour. They don't like the logo, I changed the logo. They don't like it, the picture down here, I put the picture up there. Nobody bought from me. And the reason, and then when people did, they were all just asking me questions like, well, you know, it's a bit expensive, isn't it? At that time I was selling personal development products. I wasn't selling myself, I was selling a product. It was a conference. It wasn't for tourism, it was for personal growth, but it was a 3-day conference. And then I had loads and loads of visitors, and they would all say, well, it's a bit expensive, I don't really know why I should buy it, okay? So you have to know why your customers want what you want, and then you have to know how to go find them, yeah? So you have to know, my customers are here, I'll go find them. And they have to hear that message in a way that resonates with them. When they hear it, there's a difference between understanding the words and hearing the words and those words meaning something to you. Like, I can do a lot of talking and you might go, yeah, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But I might say one thing and you go, yes, that matters to me. So your message has to do that to your customer, okay? It's the one thing that they need to hear from you in order to buy from you. So we've covered that, yeah? If the message they need to hear is you have a pool where they can lose their children and then they can relax somewhere else and have a holiday where they're not all the time, Mummy, 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 then that's what they need to hear from you. The exact same hotel with the exact same pool, if I'm going there because I want to de-stress from work, you tell me that's why I'm going to that hotel. It's the message that I want to hear. And it's about being sticky, okay? Your message has kind of got to, this is really where you're getting into branding. When you have that tagline that people laugh at, or people go, wow, I'm remembering this, I want that. Before they even know anything else, they just go, I want that. I don't know if I can afford it yet, but I want it. Have you ever done that? Like Apple. Apple iPad, yeah? Have you ever seen the advert for the new iPhone 5 or the next Apple iPad coming out? And you're just like, oh wow, I want that. That's branding, okay? You want it even before you really know what it does. You just want it. And the final part to share with you here is a key part of your message. The key part of what you say is believability. Okay? So, there's no good saying on your website, I'm the best. Even if you are the best, there's no point saying I'm the best if no one believes it. Okay? So, let me give you an example. If I go to a website and the pictures are really shabby, you say it's the best hotel, and I look at the picture and it looks like the hotel's really old. I'm not going to believe you when you say it's the best. Okay? If you tell me that it's you know, I'm going to have the holiday of a lifetime, I'm not going to believe you because you're trying to sell me the holiday. I know that you're going to tell me that. But if you put a testimonial from your customer, by the beautiful picture of the hotel, that is the best hotel by the way, and your customer says, wow, I went on this holiday with this travel company, they treated me like royalty, it was the best holiday I ever had. Do you think people believe you now? Yeah? Whatever you're saying, if you can back it up with a guarantee. If this is not the best holiday you ever had in your entire life, I'm so confident it will be. But if you to come back and you tell me it wasn't your best holiday ever, I'll give you your money back. How many people would do that? You go on a tour, you don't like it, you have your money back. Now I'm going to believe you. Yeah, I'm going to think of course he's going to give me a good tour. Because otherwise it costs him money, not me. Yeah? The other thing about credibility and believability is to do with design on your website. So if you are writing, whatever language you're writing in, then think about the people who are going to be reading it. So, I'll give you a real life example because I did some research to come and talk to you here today, and I did some research looking at different websites. And a lot of the websites were really great, and I loved them. And some of those websites were written in English, and some of that English wasn't written by an English person. Now, so when I'm reading it, I can tell that you're not English, and it's difficult for me to read, and even though I want to believe you, I'm finding it hard because I'm like, this person doesn't really know what they're talking about. It's hard for me to believe someone when my first impression is they don't know what they're talking about, okay? Now, I'm not saying that to put anyone in the room down because, you know, can you imagine what my website would look like if I tried to write it in Arabic, okay? So think who your audience is. Now, if your audience is not English, if your audience is international, who speak English but are not English, then that's fine. Your English doesn't have to sound British to me, because they'll understand you. Yeah, if I spoke Arabic, I'd make some mistakes, and if you make some mistakes, I wouldn't notice. But if you're writing a website that's aimed at English people, then the one thing I would say here about credibility and believability is go find an English friend, find an English translator or copywriter who can take your words, because the words are fine, and just put them into English speak. So then I believe when I come to your website that you say you're the best, you are the best. Is that making sense? Fantastic. Pardon?
I think the message is named catching message.
Catching, yes.
Catching.
Yes, so it's your tagline, some people call it. Your catching message is the thing that I call it sticky. You know you've got a message when it sticks. When you say, you know, what do you do? And this person says, I do that, and you go, wow. Not tell me more, or that sounds interesting, or let's talk about the price. But like Apple, I want that. Even if I never get it, even if I can't afford it, I still want it. That's a sticky message, okay? So we talked. Believability. There are 4 key things to believing. First is personal experience. If you tell me or if I told you when you come on holiday to England, it's going to be bright sunshine, you're going to be walking around in your shorts, it's going to be 30 degrees every day. Are you going to believe me? Why not? Because everyone knows it rains all the time in England, yeah? Okay. I've got a video. I'd like to play a video for you later if we have time. Not this session, but it shows you about English weather. So if your personal experience tells you that this isn't true, it doesn't matter. Yeah? I can't tell you it's going to be hot and sunny and gorgeous in England, because it might be, by the way. Sometimes it really is, but sometimes it isn't. And you know that because it's your personal experience. Yeah? I know. Even before I ever came to Egypt, I knew that Egypt was hot. I knew it wasn't going to rain. We just know, don't we? So personal experience and common sense. Yeah? If I go to Australia in the summer, in Australian summer, I think it's going to be hot. If I come to Cairo in the summer, I think it's going to be hot. It's common sense. If I go to Iceland in the winter, I think it's going to be really cold. So common sense, and that's why if you're writing to an audience that is British and you're writing in English, or if you're writing in French to a French audience, it's like it has to make sense to them. It's common sense. If you're not writing properly, then other things might not be right as well. And then social proof. So testimonials we talked about, but social media. Getting your customers. When your customers tell their friends how good you are, their friends believe them. When you tell your friends how good you are, your friends go, yeah, well, of course you'd say that, wouldn't you? So it's really about using that social proof and risk reversal, okay? Anytime you can guarantee. Now, if you're in a business that uses lots of different chains, maybe you are the travel agent and you can't guarantee the flight will take off on time because that's not your responsibility. You know, you can't control Egypt Air. They control themselves. So you know there might be a delay. So you can't guarantee your customers that the plane will take off on time. Okay? But you can guarantee your end. You can guarantee that they will have your personal service from start to finish. If they have any questions, they get to speak to you personally. If you know the hotel and you know it's great, you can guarantee them that experience. And you can say to them, and if you come back and you didn't have the best experience, you didn't have the experience I just described to you, then I'll give you your money back. Yeah? That is massive. So some things it's easy to do on. If I'm selling a product on the internet and I put a guarantee, it comes back to me, I send it back to the manufacturer, it's easy. It's harder in a business like tourism or oil and gas, but you can guarantee your part of the business. And that will really, really, really make a difference to how, when you say you're good, people will believe it, because your money's right now. Okay, how are we doing for time? We're doing well. Right. Has anyone got questions on that? Would anyone like some clarification? Would anyone like to add something for the group? Has anyone got something they'd like to say? Ask? Disagree with? Is it making sense?
Yes.
Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. I promised you that we would look at some of the internet marketing mistakes that people make. Because when you know how to avoid the mistakes, your road is clear, isn't it? It's like, well, I know I'm not taking that road, there's too many potholes, I'm going here. It's fast forward, fast track. Would you like to learn some of the most common internet marketing mistakes out there? Who's made lots of mistakes themselves? Do you know what? I'd like to say anyone who's successful. Anyone who's attempted online marketing has made some mistakes. Yeah, it's like part of the journey. So the good news is I made those mistakes for you a long time ago. I've already made them. I made mistakes that haven't even been invented yet. So let me have made the mistakes for you. So when you leave the room and you go back to your business, you just get the fast track. That'll be a lot easier, wouldn't it? You get the motorway, I got the big road with all the potholes. Hey, so this is how we're going to work this session. Do you need 5 minutes loo break before we go, or were you good to go? 5 minutes? Okay. The time is, before we go, don't go anywhere yet. The time is 11:57 a.m. I will give you 5 minutes after this. No, go now. It's 11:57 a.m. We're back here at 12:03 p.m. 5 minutes. Go. And that's English time, and we're always on time, by the way.